Here's what happened this morning. Mikey was aggravated. He said I was trying to be cheap, and look what happened. It's a 60 horse motor. The belts come off of that thing and wrapped her around real good. Son of a biscuit. But we had enough lead, and I think we got enough lead for one more disaster or two before our lead gets too short. I'll throw it back here for scrap. I usually let my scrap pile up there until a few pieces get, and then I'll carry it out. Here's a new lumber bunks. That's been sitting there for 2 months. I ain't touched it. Time was low. Don't know when I'll get back to it, and I ain't recorded much of it. This time I'm gonna put a hydraulic or an air stop gate on it. I want to make them foolproof, and I'm sure that will get the job done on the gate, but we'll see. But I ain't had time to screw with it. Too much going on. But all this would be is a good way for you to make me look bad.
It is.
We finally got done this morning. I think it took us about an hour or a little better to fix this. You see the umbilical cord going up to the box sitting on top of the motor there. Oh, which reminds me, I got to order another box. The belt come loose the other day. Mikey changed pulleys because they was cutting. They was getting so sharp. They was cutting the belt. There's a red oak log. He's gonna kick off. Yeah. He goes, "Is that red oak?" Yeah. Yeah. It'd kick her off, bud. So, and look how slick, Mikey's a heck of an operator, and look how slick he is at all the functions. He's running all them functions simultaneously. It's just neat to see an experienced operator run, and it's smooth. He's not banging and beating on equipment. I'm telling you, that's where a good operator comes from. And he's also under the gun. I mean, he's got to they've sawed the mill out over that 40 minutes or whatever we've been down, they've sawed the mill out. So, that resaw's empty, the head saw's empty, everything's empty, and he's got to fill her back up. We got to start with Mikey. There, he's getting a little bit of high spots done. And then this poplar, he's debarking poplar, and in poplar, the head's real aggressive. You got to watch him. It'll pencil point the end of the logs and stuff. We got aggressive head for taking out knots and stuff, but you got to be careful because it will take too much. And I think a few of these logs he might have took a little too much off the end. No, it wasn't that one. He's trying to get the ball moving. There's Derek going over to the shop for something. But and there's Eli. See that limb, that knot hanging down that log that turned sideways? It hit on that plate down there and turned all them logs sideways. So Eli's going to try to straighten her up so Mike can get him on his deck before he gets back from another plant full. And you see the new belt spinning around there close to us. That is a new belt. That was the culprit of the issue, the problem. Sorry. Trying to see like that little stripe you made on that poplar log. You know, that was an accident. That's how aggressive that head is, though, on poplar, soft wood. Gotta be real careful. The idea behind this machine, those of you that don't know, is to get the dirt off of the logs so the head saw can, have a fighting chance of staying somewhat sharp, because the dirt in the logs will dull that thing quick. But on the other note, the more you deep down in the log, the more of a chance of, the more you dig down in the log, the more you're tearing up the wood, because the best wood's on the outside of the log. There's the new belt spinning up. Go watch him from this angle a little bit. Now that head had some stoppers missing. Yeah, he's got logs acting goofy. It's that same log Eli had to straighten up for him. It's acting goofy now. But watch how he fixes his way through this. See that? That's experience. That's experience operating right there, boys. But he's a battling this log, and we probably didn't take care of him as good as we should have from the woods. But it's life out there too. It happens. Probably more than it should, but it happens. We bent them. You see that plate underneath them belts, the one that goes straight back right underneath the front pulley, and then tapers down a little. Mikey said he don't know if he likes that. We modified that because it was cutting the belts and the head would tilt. We modified that, and Mikey's like, I don't know, I'm on the fence yet, because he had so much head movement before. We put them stops in, behind the head where it would only tilt so far and hit the stops. Of course, Mikey said he's ran it the whole time he's ran debarker, and them stops hadn't been on there. So he said, yeah, I got used to not having the stops. And now after we fixed the stops, which is the way it's supposed to be, to keep it from eating up its own belts, it articulates too far so it eats its own belts up. And once we fix it, Mikey said, it's going to take some getting used to. He said the head don't have the articulation that it had before. He's a battle on that log. Don't pay attention to some of the rough stuff that comes out of log, because he's a battle on that thing.
Well, let's pick our stuff up and get out of here.
New circle saw in the crate. Here's the top saw. I guess Pooh's sitting okay. And Derek, he had Friday to catch up some. So I guess he's okay. We're on poplar. We come off hickory, and hickory just destroys them. Them's all the ones that had the poop beat out of them, and then they're brought in here to start getting worked on, get leveled and benched, and then this is the profiler, puts the grinder puts the Sharpie sharp on them. It's a precision job. Derek and Rickenball's good at it too. And then here are what they are when they're ready to put on the mill. I don't know why my phone won't focus. But these are the sharp ones then. Pretty cool. And here's the old 2 style that we went from. This is kind of a dainty, kind of weak 2 style. Derek wasn't too fond of it because it kept bending teeth because there wasn't enough metal in here. Now look at the new style. Look how bulky they are and how much support they have. They're loving them as far as putting up with abuse. Well, let's get down the road. Well, I don't know if they're catching up any. Yeah, it looks like the head saw's starting to catch up a little bit with the resaw. And Mikey's starting to get a few logs extra. And Eli's keeping him loaded. So, well, we're gonna take the Irma back to the job. I'll check on Mommy. For those of you that's new to the channel, this is Irma. She's been a good old girl now. It's a single arch grapple. The reason it's a single arch is only got one. A dual arch has 2 booms and a single arch has 1. Well, dual arch has a compound boom and a single arch just has a straight boom. This has been a good rig for our company. All right, Irma, let's get out of here. Let's get down the road and make some hay.